Hello, my name is Joe Facenda. I am a realtor with Remax Gateway here in Northern Virginia, just outside of Washington, D.C., and I've been a realtor here for over 30 years. In the last few years, I've made working with inherited property a specialty of mine, and in fact have written a book on inherited property called When Parents Are Gone, What's Next with the House? And the book is available on Amazon. So when you inherit a property, you have three options. You can keep it in the family for personal use, you can keep it and turn it into a rental, or you can sell it. In this video, we'll talk about keeping it as a rental. Now, I personally invest in real estate. I believe in rental real estate, and I believe that it's a great way to create long-term wealth and financial security. So I'm all for keeping the property as a rental if it meets your investing goals and is appropriate for your situation. I've seen people keep property for rentals for a couple of different reasons. The first one is sentimental. Great memories at the house. Just can't sell the house at this time. Nobody in the family needs the house to live in, so it's kept as a rental. And I understand. If that's you, don't worry about numbers. Just do it and be happy. Second reason would be that somebody in the family does want to move into the house, but cannot at this time. Maybe they're on an overseas assignment, they're still in college, or many different other situations. And so the property is kept, turned into a rental for a short period of time until that family member can move in. And then I see people keep the property because it's an opportunity for them to become a landlord, maybe for the first time, or maybe to add this property to their portfolio. So really you need to decide if this property meets your investing goals. Investors typically have two goals when they invest in real estate. One is monthly cash flow, the other is long-term appreciation. And some investors are really strong on cash flow and don't care about appreciation, and others only care about appreciation and just don't want to lose money every month. So where are you on that continuum, and will this property meet those goals? Let's talk about a specific situation. Let's say you've inherited a property for $500,000 with no mortgage, and you are the only heir. There's no doubt that that property will rent for more than the taxes and the insurance and the HOA or condo fee. Almost certainly that will be the case. So it will provide some level of cash flow. Now, but I challenge you to look at that property if you want to become an investor and you're interested in cash flow. I challenge you to look at that property not as a property that you inherited, but $500,000 that you inherited. So if you had inherited $500,000 cash and this property was on the market for $500,000, would this be the investment property that you choose? If the answer is yes, you're off to a great start. But if the answer is no, think a little further about that. Would it be better perhaps to sell that $500,000 property, take that money to maybe a less expensive market, and buy two $250,000 properties that might give you a better return on investment? Many different options. If you're in Northern Virginia, I can tell you that we are not one of the best cash flow markets in the country. You could take that $500,000 and do much better, get much better returns outside of Northern Virginia. But if you're an appreciation investor, and there's no way to predict the future, but historically, we have been one of the best markets and most stable markets in terms of appreciation. So you really need to decide, where is the property, what are your investing goals, and does it all match? Now, let's say that you are not the only heir, but there are other heirs involved. Do you want to be a business partner with these other people? And remember that all heirs, beneficiaries, all the people who inherited the property must agree on how to deal with the property. So if there are 4 siblings and 3 say, hey, let's become landlords, and one says, I want to sell, nothing happens until all are in agreement. Let's say there are 4 siblings and all want to keep the property as a rental, all think it's a great idea. Think about it as a business relationship. You all might get along very well right now, but what happens down the road when one of the siblings gets into some financial difficulty, maybe a job loss or unexpected family expenses, or they go through a divorce, or they need more money for the college education of their children than they had thought of, and they want to sell the property, and you are all owning the property. What if one of the other siblings passes away? Will you then become business partners with the surviving spouse, or if there's no surviving spouse, their children, or will their portion be divided among the 3 of you? So if you are going to become a landlord with others who have inherited the property, please sit down with an attorney and go through as many what ifs as you possibly can, so that when these events happen, the great relationship that you have now is preserved and there's not family conflict. So, bottom line, real estate's a great investment. Look at the property, though, not as an inherited property, but as inherited cash. And would you use that cash to buy this property? And also think about who you will be in business with if there are multiple heirs. Should you all get together to form an LLC and keep this property and stay in business together? Should one of you buy out the other partners? Lots of different options, lots to think about, but it's a great path if the property fits your investing profile. All right, so there are other videos in this little section here about what to do if you plan to keep the property and for family use, and another video about pros and cons of selling the property. So pick one of those if you would like. If this is the end of your video journey, thank you so much for watching. But if you're going to be another video, I'll see you down the road and we'll pick up the conversation there. Thanks so much.